Good morning. It is Saturday morning, March 1st. As providence would have it, I was led this morning to a verse of scripture that I don't have a recollection of ever having read before. Having read through the scriptures more than once, I'm confident that my eyes have at least fallen on it, but it never did come to me, not in the power that it did this day. These verses are found in the 78th Psalm, and I'm going to read it to you, the Lord being my helper. Psalm 78:18 reads, "And they tempted God in their heart by asking meat for their lust. Yea, they spake against God, and they said, Can God furnish a table in the wilderness? Behold, he smote the rock, and the waters gushed out, and the streams overflowed." They confessed that. They had witnessed that. They had experienced the amazing providence of God in the sight of themselves and their fathers by him having divided the seas and parting the Red Sea, and they walked across that on dry ground. He led them with a cloud by day and a pillar of fire by night, with the glory of Christ himself, as it were. He brought streams also out of the rock and caused waters to run down. He had done all of these mighty things, and yet they still sinned. Yet more against him, according to verse 17, by provoking the Most High in the wilderness.
Amazing.
And they did that by their own personal inbred and natural prejudice against the very nature of God himself, saying, Behold, he smote the rock, that the waters gushed out and the streams overflowed. Can he give bread also? I'm reading in verse 20 now. Can he provide flesh for his people? What a thought. And that because in verse 22 it reads, They believed not in God and trusted not in his salvation. Now we're talking about pre-existing children of God, chosen of God, elect for his eternal purposes, that should, as it would seem naturally, not be asking such a question after these supreme demonstrations of provision along the way. And yet their natural inbred fear comes percolating up, so that even when crossing the Red Sea and getting to the edge to where they can look out over the promised land, they say, oh, there's giants in the land. There's a lot of them. Their natural fear came up. And I have been much exercised by virtue of the fact that I have been eaten up with some of my own fears in these most recent weeks and months. Fears that must be dealt with. And I have been brought to, over the years, to study repeatedly Christ's words in John 14:1. Ye believe in God, believe also in me, or God in me. Let not your heart be troubled. With what? With troublesome fear. Fear as to the sufficiency of Christ. Fear as to the character or the nature of God, and how it is that we do such a thing, just as a matter of natural course, notwithstanding